It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to the midday show, and Sally's in the house. I gotta tell you, Sally, don't worry about it. If that hit you in the head, you're still Xena.
Yeah, but Xena can do more things. I can come back and haunt you.
Oh Lord, she's gonna come back and haunt me. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing? Nice to see you. How was your breakfast?
Crazy.
Pretty good.
Good.
I drove home to get it.
Did you eat it at home or did you eat in the car?
I ate it at home.
Did you enjoy it? You have sat down, you ate
No,
breakfast?
it's not the same. It's not the same, because if you plan on bringing it in, you have everything there, you'd be surprised all the stuff I forgot.
Really?
Yes.
What else did you forget besides breakfast?
You know my pockets always have stuff.
Oh, your pocket. What did you
They
do
were
this
empty.
morning?
I don't know.
And I think it's my mental tabs that are overfilled. It's yours
No,
are
no,
not
I know
even
my
open.
mental tabs are overfilled, but I don't care about any of that.
50 tabs.
Yeah, I don't care about that. You care about that.
I came in with 50 tabs open of things to do, and yet none of them really were quite intriguing for me to do them this morning, so I'm opening some new tabs. And those are going to kind of go on the side. I'm going to just minimize those, so I'm ready to reopen them again. And now we got some new tabs open.
I don't know what the hell she's
Ever all have minimized the things on your computer that you just don't feel like working on? So I just minimized that and opened some new ones. We got new friends in the studio.
I got to tell you, Mary understands you, so now I'm more worried about her because she understands you than anything else.
Is that Abdullah?
That would be
That was Abdullah. We've got a new friend in the studio. We've got Mary Gallagher Stout, MG Stout, an artist we met at Fitzy. The crew is putting out all our Fitzy pieces. You're going to see them tomorrow because Freddie and I and some of the crew, we've got an event at Lynn University. So instead of doing an old rerun, we're going to give you a new pre-recorded tape of all the interviews we did at Fitzy. So Kamish is putting that together.
You're going to do that, and then we have a second meeting tomorrow.
Yes, so we got meeting after meeting, which I'm excited about the second one also. We're going to be at the Delray Chamber on their nonprofit commissions meeting. So see what's going on with that.
Interesting.
And then I've got our new two friends on our board. We've got DJ and I've got Linda Hamburger coming on Wednesday to help put some finalized touches in on our foundation fundraiser, which is December 13th. And Mary's going to be doing a live painting for that event. We're going to be able to auction off live right here at the studio, which is pretty cool. This Mary.
This Mary? She's going to do a stand-up comedy. We should put her up on Television Biz on radio to do a stand-up comedy act.
She's hilarious. Ever meet people, and Sally's going to go, I can relate to that. You meet people and you just know you have that connection. Like we were in a room of 3,000 people and I found Mary. And I'm like, this just kind of just works. You guys
Isn't
are
that
on this shape. Along came Polly. Close. Something about Mary?
Something about Mary.
Yes.
That's a movie.
You guys are standing on those shaking vibrating machines that we should actually show that clip.
Yes.
And you guys are on the vibrating thing, and Mary and I are talking, and the whole crew right next to you at the event, you guys are all like wiggling and shaking and all of that fun stuff. You didn't go on it, did you?
I did. They gave me a chair to sit because they thought I was going to fall off. I don't understand.
What do they
people.
think? You're too old to stand on that thing? What
You know
is
what?
that?
I went to a diner yesterday, and they have senior citizen coffee for free. You think I'm going to argue?
I was going to say, well, at one point are you considered a senior citizen?
I don't know. AARP,
Is there an
rent
age?
the car?
I think it's 55.
So I'm a senior citizen now?
I'm not
Yeah.
sure. I'm not sure.
What?
You are very senior. You're
I'm a
2
senior
years already.
citizen
Yeah, I
now?
didn't want to tell you.
Seriously?
I'm married
Might
to
be
you.
Wrong, it could be 60.
No, it's 55. You're right.
Really?
And AARP you can get at any age because they lost a lawsuit that you had to be over 60 to get it, so you can get it at any age. And they got some great discounts for rental cars, which I need.
Where are you going?
I'm going away. I'm going to places.
Oh. He's going on senior citizen traveling excursions.
Yes, they give
You're
you
not
like,
quite retired yet, so.
No, I'm not I'm not retiring. I'm just saying the benefit, the perks. I love the perks.
The perks.
You get movie ticket
And
perks.
Bonefish Grill.
You
Oh,
get
there you go.
get 10% off at Denny's, Bonefish Grill, that whole chain. You get a whole bunch of stuff.
I think you get a senior discount.
Yes, you get $3 off or something like that.
Wow.
I just pretend I'm a student everywhere.
Well, if you can apply for your AARP card, they don't do the age thing and you get the discount.
She's like in my brain. So I used to think when I was a senior in high school, I was going to get the senior discount. I did not realize it meant seniors as of over the age of 55.
Senior.
I thought I was a senior in high school, and why was I not getting these discounts?
100%, right?
I'm like, what do you need, my driver's license? I'm a senior. I'm
Rude.
graduating this year.
Duh.
You need my diploma?
That's
Thank
funny.
you, duh. Thank you very much.
You got a master's, and you were a teacher.
It was before all those fun things in life. That was like back in high school, back when I was just having fun.
But you also had grades. You were smart.
Yeah, it was a different high school, though.
Was it different high school?
I had grades and I was smart, but I learned how to work the system.
You're one of those people that you're smart, you just don't know how to turn the toaster oven on.
I just learned how to work the system. I went to a very small private school, and I didn't have to do what I didn't have to do, but I
That-
found another way to get the grades that I needed to get.
That's true.
so.
Dawn does girl math. Are you familiar with girl math?
Very familiar.
Are you?
Yes,
You know,
I'm
that's
fluent.
not a
I'm
thing.
Fluent.
She's
in girl
fluent in
math.
girl math.
Yeah.
You know, that's not a thing.
Oh, it absolutely is a thing.
Steve, girl math, are you familiar with the...
I think the regular math is wrong,
Agreed.
frankly.
Steve's like, no.
So
What
if they
is
give you a discount to buy something and you pay twice as much for it with the discount, they think that that's a savings.
That girl math. Okay, now I get it.
I also, to go as far as when I was for my wedding anniversary, we were in France, and I misunderstood the calculation, and I thought it was in my favor. The euro was, so I was like, I'm making money. This is such a great deal. And my husband was like, dude, that is not the ratio. We are in the hole now because of you. And I was like, no, look, it's a discount. He's like, no.
It's $1.80 for every dollar.
Right,
You
and
thought
I
it
was like,
the other way
no,
around.
I'm saving 80 cents every time.
It all works. It all makes sense.
You're hilarious.
Perfect
So
sense.
she went to Party City to buy stuff for
Oh, wait, I
Halloween.
got to tell you the whole story.
Okay.
All right, so
What
I'm
is this stuff?
thinking, I told Mary, I'm much better when I'm in the studio because I know what I need to do. I know where my focus is. This is like my happy place. I get it. On the weekends, I can do anything. And never send out someone to do anything on a weekend when you don't know what you're going to do, because anything could be like anything, right? I could go from the nail salon to Party City, back to the gas station. I could drive all over town figuring out what I'm going to do. So I
You
go
don't
to
have Freddie sitting beside you.
Exactly, because you're not here telling me you're nuts. So I go to Party City because Michael, who works with us, one of our producers who's a pirate all the time, so he works there, was Halloween. He said, you can get my discount. So I'm thinking, it's almost Thanksgiving. Let me go get all of our Thanksgiving things for our Friendsgiving event, which is November 21st. And yes, you are all invited. So they ring it all up, and apparently the girl didn't put her employee number in. She was on somebody else's tab, which meant it had to be rung up all over again. Now I've got a car full of things, and it's all bagged up, and the manager says to her, you need to run it all again. And she says, all of it? She says, yes. Or she goes, I'll do it for you. I'm just going to input all the SKUs. So she's putting through the SKUs. Now, I know what the total was, and I'm looking at 30, 32, 36. I'm like, I'm going to be here for a very long time to get to my old total. And I said, this is what the total was. She's like, well, let me get through. She gets all the way through, and it's less than the original total with an extra Thanksgiving wreath. So I'm like, who am I to say no? And then I got 30% off on Michael's discount. So and then Michael put it in my car. So I'm like,
You
I
made
got all
money
this
on
stuff
that
for
deal.
like $70, which is like, you can't walk into Party City for $70.
Bingo.
So
Thank you.
there's the girl math.
There is
right?
my girl math.
Now ask her, what the hell did she buy?
Well,
What did you buy, Don?
there's a lot of paper plates.
So we had to buy paper plates at Party City because I can't go to Publix and buy 400 of them for like
Not
$3.
with, not the
They're
same.
Or Costco.
They don't say Happy
Don't say happy
Thanksgiving, though.
Thanksgiving.
Oh, they have to talk.
They don't have
They
leaves.
talk?
They don't have turkeys.
I'll put a leaf on it from outside.
And then I
I'll
got all these
staple it
beautiful
on.
hanging decorations that I went to hang up, and unfortunately, I've
So
already.
hold on.
Oh, wait, it's already.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So you got to get a plate with a leaf on it?
Yes.
You can't just use a regular paper plate that's going to go in the garbage?
Not for Thanksgiving,
Oh, okay.
because that would not make Thanksgiving special. It would make it,
Steve, do you
every
feel
other day.
special eating off a plate that has a leaf on it?
I think so.
You think so? You're such a rotten liar. Yeah.
But, yeah, this reminds me of the joke. The wife comes home and says to the husband, I saved you $200 today. He says, how? Well, I went to the store. They had a sale. You buy one dress for $200, you get the second one free. He
Exactly.
said, you could have saved me $400 if you didn't go in the first place.
That's right. That's
it's a
girl math.
BOGO. You
That's
got one
girl
for
math.
free.
The
You saved
BOGO is a girl
$200.
math, but you're buying things you don't need. Okay, what else did you buy?
I've never ever heard that expression. It must be it's not an English expression.
What, a BOGO?
No, girl.
Girl
Girl
math?
math?
If it's all the same to you, Sally, I've never heard it either until today.
Oh, good, okay.
Sally, he doesn't want you to hear about it.
Apparently not.
So wait a minute, but I'm dying to find out what else did you get.
So
for
I
all
got
this money?
some really nice hanging decor. However,
Decor.
I thought I'd be able to string them along those curtains. Lovely.
It doesn't work.
No, because they're each individual strings, and I've already got one in a knot. And Zari came in as a surprise. I go, she's watching me. So there's already one in a knot. So that one might have to go, but look at Jay's looking at me. She could probably undo my knot. And then I got to figure out how I'm going to hang all these
All right,
leafy
so
things.
far you've bought plates with a leaf on it
Nothing that works.
for that kind of money.
Yeah.
This is for the party?
Yes.
Oh, great.
And then I got 2 bales of hay that I put outside my front
Are you
door.
expecting a horse?
Let's go with the pumpkins. Because I decided I needed my own Hallmark Channel front
Creating
door
a
version.
mood.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which I haven't done in 3 years in this
That
new
I like.
house.
That's
So Chuck,
okay.
wait. So it's really not hay. It's wrapped in plastic. It looks like it. So Chuck opens the door this morning and he goes, "It smells so good out there." I go, "What?" He says it smells like hay.
It smells so good.
It's not real hay. What
Maybe
can I
he's
tell
smelling
you?
real plastic.
I think it's probably just straw to look like hay.
Did he
But
grow up on a farm?
clearly no, or he'd know the real scent of hay.
He knows the scent of
No,
hay.
he didn't.
I guess he doesn't because he's smelling plastic.
It was a Party City
Petroleum.
bale of plastic straw
Petroleum. I
that
love the
looks
smell
like
of Victory in
hay.
the morning.
So anyway,
But you know, Don, if you say the magic words, that pumpkin will turn into a coach.
I know, and that's how I live my life. Cinderella, my fairy
So let me
godmother.
ask you a question. You put 2 pounds of fake hay in front of your house. Do you have like a scarecrow?
Well, I was
or-
going to bring one in here and one at my house, but when I opened up the first one, it made a mess. So I decided if I made a mess in here, I'd have to clean it. So I decided not to bring the mess in here. I
Let
left
me
the
ask
mess
you,
at my
where the
house.
hell are you going to put hay
I was
in
going to
here?
put it like right here with some pumpkins and do a whole kind of like fall feel.
Well, you should have done that.
But it was messy, so I decided not
But
to.
messy's part of
Because
the
that meant I
fun.
had to clean up more mess, and I did not want to clean up more
kids
mess.
are cleaning it up.
It takes
I
me
would
out
clean
of
it up
my
with a vacuum.
creative zone. Anyway, so that was my situation.
So far you haven't told me anything you've bought that we can use.
There's a lot of leaves and table decor that we can put out.
You bought leaves?
Yeah, table
Leaves?
decor.
They're for the plates.
Were you going to eat them? What do you mean leaves?
Leaves, table decorations of leaves. And the more I said to
For a
Michael,
tablescape?
thank you.
Fall.
Duh.
Tablescape for the feel of
It's
Thanksgiving.
fall.
It's
you know,
fall.
Fall, that's leaves.
It's what?
Well, actually,
Full?
it's
Full of
autumn.
what?
It's actually autumn.
It's full
autumn.
of what?
It's autumn.
The
it's
autumn
fall.
leaves.
Oh, it's fall.
Yeah.
Full.
Full.
So she bought
It's
leaves.
full.
I could have done leaves for free. I got
We
a
don't
whole
have
bunch
leaves
out
here.
there.
We don't have leaves here that
They're all dead on the ground.
we don't have leaves that change colors.
Believe me, they've changed
They're
colors.
dead.
There's
I
one
know.
outside that's
There's a
changing.
dead
There's a whole bunch of color
Oh,
out there.
and but before that, I went to the dollar store. So I bought this lovely new mat for our front door. However, nothing I bought really is working. The door doesn't.
Doesn't open. It's too thick.
Yes, so I have to move it back.
At your house?
Which kind of, no, here. Did you
There's
notice a new doormat?
No, I didn't.
It's here.
There's a new doormat?
Yes. But I've tried to close
you
the
notice
door and the
Careful,
door wouldn't
because
close.
if it's too
Hold
thick,
on.
and I did that with my mat at home.
Did you notice it?
I didn't.
That,
I
that,
noticed
that.
I
Steve,
noticed
did you
the plant.
notice it?
I have to say
That. Did you notice
I'm
it?
first time, so how would I know?
Absolutely not.
I
Did
did
you
notice
notice
the
it?
plant. Dawn,
You're
I
so
noticed the
full of the
plant out
J.
there.
You noticed?
She's like, look, there's a new mat.
I've been in here 4 times. I didn't notice.
What can I tell you?
So far, what the hell did you buy?
Yeah, I ran around a whole lot, and I didn't do a whole lot. But you'll appreciate it when it comes to be Friendsgiving.
Perfect.
Things to do, places to go. All right, ready to take a commercial break? Let's take a quick commercial break. Follow us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at the Brooklyn Cafe TV for exclusive behind-the-scenes content. We're going to say pricing. That too. Content. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and enter to win a free tie-to hat. You don't have your hat on. You did have your hat on. A free tie-to hat.
Where's the winning hat?
The winning hat is back there by Jay. I got to get that that box that has the hat. It is a lovely red. We're going to get the hat, and I'll bring it out.
That's the one we have to show.
During when we get back. Like and subscribe to win this lovely hat from Ecuador and see what else we've got cooking
Hey,
on
who's
Brooklyn
keeping
Cafe.
tabs of that? Because I think Frank did and somebody else did. Who's keeping
I know
tabs?
Frank did, I know Michelle did, and I need to ask Grace because I think she's keeping tabs on it.
Okay.
So more to come, and we'll get the hat. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Amp Media Productions is excited to announce our expansion into North Miami. With our experienced team of radio and TV professionals, we are dedicated to bringing North Miami the highest quality audio and visual production services. Whether you need radio or television commercials, podcasts, music videos, or audio and visual storytelling, we can provide the solutions to help you reach your goals. Our team is reliable, innovative, and creative, and we're ready to help you develop the perfect product. With our competitive rates and personalized service, you can trust that your project is in the best hands. Contact us today to get started on your project. 866-224-5422.
Give me the mozzarella. 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 Give me the mozzarella.
Pizza Rica, tasty Richard Pizza at 2001 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard or contact 561-826-8663.
Wings, we also sell them. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Now, I'm known as the guy who can fix just about anything, but the technology in most appliances requires very special training to fix. And that's why my family has Choice Home Warranty.
Choice Home Warranty covers over 25 major home systems and appliances. That's your AC, heating, plumbing, kitchen and laundry appliances, and so much more.
Call Choice Home Warranty now before something breaks down.
Get protection for your heating, AC, plumbing, kitchen and laundry appliances, and more.
Call 800-920-3819.
Frank A. Ruffolo, a renowned author and screenwriter known for his books such as 10048, Blue Falcon, Memoir of a Soldier, and his latest, Samuel of Sarah. Check out his website, frankaruffolo.com, for more info or purchase his books on Amazon.
Amp Media Futures Foundation is a non-for-profit organization dedicated to providing college students with immersive opportunities in media production, marketing, business skills, and communication.
Interns will learn professional workflow skills in editing, video and radio broadcasting, public relations, digital media, graphic curriculum, and access to equipment to make a positive impact.
Amp Media Productions is a full-service production house with a variety of shows ranging from the Brooklyn Cafe show.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe on a very busy Wednesday.
Sarah Spiritual.
Right here on the Oldies station, you're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.
Call me Zena.
By example, and that's what I try to do all the time, to teach by example.
You know, Artist Loft.
Using that term more. Yeah, lofties, yeah.
And Gypsy Soul.
They love music. It's like their favorite thing to go to.
I teach like preschool up to 12th grade.
Yeah, nice.
You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at Amp Media Productions. Please like and subscribe to all of our shows.
I want to be in first class. Champagne, please.
Dying comfort.
Yeah, that's good. We offer opportunities to excel in the field of TV film production, social media management, video editing, set design, graphic design, sound engineering, journalism, and many more useful tools to help you land a career in the media business.
To volunteer or be a part of our team, or to make a donation of any size, please visit us at ampfutures.org. Help us to empower college students to create a positive impact with immersive hands-on experiences in media production. Help us amplify the future.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
All right.
You know, how long have we been doing this?
Which part? All going on since 2016.
So that'd be 8 years, going on 9. Just wonder sometimes.
About me?
No, because I see that they're sending me all these shows from where you were to where you are, you know, and you look back.
Then and now?
Yeah. And you never age.
Thank you.
So
20
you
and back.
shouldn't worry about seeing you or anything.
20 and back. I've been hanging out with Sally. This is the hat, the red tie-to hat. So like and subscribe to Amp Media Productions YouTube channel. Put your name down, tag a friend, and be entered to win this lovely tie-to hat. It's handmade from Ecuador. Incredible company and family-owned business that we met when we were at FITSE 2 weeks ago. We met some really great people.
Yes, and they're still writing in.
So enter to win this lovely hat, and it can be yours. All right, ready to get into business? We were walking around day 2. Do you guys have Mary's interview that we can pop in?
Oh, my.
Of FITSE. And Anthony was doing a lot of interviews, and we were doing a lot of great things. By the second day, I was pretty wiped out until I met Mary. And I said, I got to talk to this lady because her artwork is incredible, so talented, and she was hilarious. She was the only one painting. Right when we were there, right? Everyone else was just displaying, and she was painting. She had all her painting coveralls on. So Mary Gallagher Stout was kind enough to join us right here in studio. Do we have her piece? So let's roll her piece, and then we'll get to meet her in person.
What am I saying?
Tell us about you.
Oh, my work. So I am new to Florida. I am a resident here in Fort Lauderdale. I am ready to blow it up here. I do all kinds of amazing work. I do pet portraits from a Cousins catalog out of New York. I work with Saatchi Art. I work with Singular Art. I show at a lot of art fairs. I was down at Miami Basel. I am new to the area. I've only been here 3 years, and I'm super excited about connecting with the community and making original art for people's houses and places.
I'm loving your originals. A few Halloweens ago, they told us we were the Fairly Odd Parents. She's got the originals here, and she's actually blowing them out right here for the day.
Yeah, I'm blowing. In Miami they went for $150. I'm selling for $50 because I'm just tired of looking at them. Yeah.
And look at these pieces, and you paint. This is amazing. So what inspired you to do this?
Well, I was exploring. I love relationships, like parental, family kind of stuff, and I wanted people to I wanted it to be everybody. So I kind of thought, well, in the animal kingdom, there are these relationships between mothers and babies, and I wanted to kind of let it be about like the love relationship. So I decided to use animals as my subject, and I wanted them to be like in this abstract world, and that's crazy. And you'd be able to have 2 paintings in one, where you get to see like this abstract, crazy world interacting with the animals. So
I think this piece is so great, and you have a Spider-Man piece also. You're talking about how you love
I love empowering women. I love empowering kids because I think that kids need a voice, and I'm a hero for children. And so yeah, I saw this really awesome kid. A mom was like, best dress for Halloween, and she was like rocking a princess dress, one of the princesses, and she put on her Spider-Man. I just like geeked. I'm like, oh my god, I'm screenshotting it, and I painted it. So
where can people find your work here in Florida?
I'm over at Pride, which is 7th Street. All over. I have my number. I'm here.
And the art is amazing. Maybe we can get some card.
MG with 2 E's because I locked myself out of my first account. So it's MG with EE, like G, your hair smells terrific. And then Stout. So
maybe you could come and hand some artwork at our studio.
Absolutely. And I paint live. I do live events. I do live painting. I do pet portraits. I just love, I think art is about expressing yourself and sharing your joy and your story. It comes from a lot of trauma, and it's about beating trauma and coming through and saying, we're here and here's our story, and yay life.
Do you do live for fundraising events, live paintings? Done that?
I have. Now, I haven't done at an event for fundraising. I've done live painting events. Like I've actually organized art and music events up in Virginia. It was called Art Out Loud, where I released one of my books. I was doing like real life drawing in the city, and I did them on like the Washington newspaper. And then I would come back to my studio, and it became a book. And I was like, this would be so cool to do it with music. And so I found like local artists that were like performing, and I was like painting live the animals that I was talking about. Like, I know I sound scattered, but I thought it was
Oh my gosh, I'd love to have her in the studio. She sounds right up our alley.
I have lots of yeah, very ADD moments. I'm like, but yeah, art's really important, and it saves the world. It saved my life. I went to school for philosophy. I'm self-taught, and
she sounds like she's scattered just like our studio. So
there you go.
MG with 2 E's. All right, check it out. More to come. Thank you.
She's funny.
She's hilarious. All right, we got Mary Gallagher Stout right here in the studio with us. You are so funny.
OMG, so cringy. Cringe.
So funny, but your artwork is so amazing. And now that I know a little more of your story, the relationships between parent and child are so important to you.
Yeah. And well, just relationships in general, brothers, sisters. Like, we've all come from a family, right? And that dynamic pretty much follows us throughout our whole life. Like how we go into relationships with other people. Like, you know, your siblings kind of help figure the relationships you have with them kind of are forecast into the future, I think, like sort of how you're going to interact with the world and your parents. And, you know, I just think when it's good, it's good. And when it's like not, it's not. But at the end of the day, it's kind of finding your family and finding your people. And that's what art is. And finding joy, because life is freaking hard and sad and all kinds of crazy things. And the fact is, if you live purposefully and decide not today, Satan, it's not going to be an ugly day, that you can put that into the world and have a good day.
Have you always been an artist?
Secret. But I never thought I was good at anything, quite frankly. So I initially, if I could have been anything, I would have been an actress. But that didn't happen. And then I was like, I got pregnant young, and I was like a single mom, and I'm like, dude, you need to figure it out and make money. And I was like, I will be a professor of philosophy. So I went to school and studied philosophy, and I thought I wanted to learn how to think and sort of teach people to think, because I think thinking is, people don't do enough of it. I think you just kind of get washed over, and I think that's the same thing why I love art so much, because it is very engaging. Like, it doesn't wash over you. You have to go into it. Like, you don't know. Like, my kids, same. Like, when you look at a piece of work, for me, it's all about, oh, well, how is it made? And I wonder what's behind that hill. And I wonder, you know, why that smirk? Or there's just so many questions that kind of come up, and just investigating. So
when did you start painting?
I started painting probably 20 years ago after my daughter. I had like crazy postpartum depression, and I was afraid to leave my house, and my mother-in-law came, and I was just like crying. I couldn't like figure out even what clothes to put on. I could take care of my kids, that was it. And she was like, why don't you paint your house, Mary? So I started, like, it was all faux finishes and murals and stenciling, and like when that was all the rage. And people came over and they liked what they saw. And I was like, what? And then it kind of became a decorative painting business. And then from there, I burned out, because I was like, this isn't, for me, art is so much more bigger than just decoration. Like, it's a big part of it. Art is about decorating and design and making things pretty. But for me, it's more powerful, and it's more about self-expression and putting your story out there and adding to this ongoing conversation in history, where I'm relating to the masters of the past and saying, I dig this, and I dig that, and I dig this, and I'm going to sample it all together, and here's my take on abstract expressionism, and my little tiny part of the universe is being added to the conversation. I think it is. I think of it as all going conversation.
But your color palette's so great, and it's whimsical, but yet it means so much. We have a new producer, or an old producer came in to visit, and she's like, well, this means to me, it's like farewell to childhood. And I'm thinking, well, no, to me, it's like embracing childhood.
It's both.
It's both, right? So I'm thinking it's amazing how art can be both,
Yeah.
right? A farewell. And then I'm thinking of Juliana, because I'm like, oh, if I had a granddaughter, I would love to hang these pieces up in her room. But I don't, but you do. So I'm like, well, this would make such a great Christmas present or a birthday present to start like a whole series for her about what she loves, whether it's the teddy bear or one of the other pieces, like the things that make my brain go. You think any of those things?
No.
Really?
Do you find the artwork healing for you even today?
Absolutely, because it's all about the process and the thinking behind it. Like when I'm done, I sign them on the back because I'm not important in it. For me, it's the acting, it's the making, so I kiss and hug them goodbye with the next to a no, and I'm like, off you go. I don't want them anymore. I don't need them. They've served my purpose, and I want them in the world. And then if they don't get sold, I go back to them and I repaint them. And I'm like, this is a cringe. This is terrible.
And
and
you
then
paint over the canvas.
Oh my gosh, yeah. My husband, I paint over. Painting's an expensive thing to do, and I'm very prolific. So when I have big canvases that aren't moving and people haven't bought them, I'm like, they're seasoned for the next painting, I would say. So I always paint. Like if you go through one of my paintings, most of them, there's about 12 paintings under them for the most part.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's never just, I don't ever just come to it being like, I'm doing this. And it kind of evolves. I'll have an idea like, oh, I kind of want to do this. And then when I start painting, I work on a bunch at a time. I don't paint one painting ever. Even my pet portraits, because I don't want there to be a staleness. I want there to be brushwork and movement. So I've learned early on that you can overwork and overstimulate. So you kind of have to give yourself like a timeline, and you're done. And like what you did that day, you're done, walk away.
Do you plan what you're going to paint? Or is it
Sometimes, not always.
You get a whim and you go? And you
Yeah,
don't even know-
sometimes I'm just like, you know what? I think it would be funny to paint a flea circus and maybe figure out what that would look like if the fleas were really big, and then kind of like dance around that, or just throw paint, or be like, you know what? I'm feeling blue today, so I'm going to paint blue. I like to paint. I like there to be enough abstraction in it and messiness, but I do like there to be recognizable things because I think people get they don't know how to enter it. So for me, I give them like a starting point, whether it's the title or an image that they kind of can sort of recognize, and go in and play with me. And I love to see what other people's garbage is. Like when I say garbage, I mean that in the nicest way. I just mean because we all come to the world with our package, yeah? And like when I look at a piece of work, I have my background in my head looking at it, and everybody does that. So I think it's super cool to kind of see how everybody relates to it, and if the story's the same.
You're a philosopher, so when you go to events,
yes,
or you go to something that stimulates you or stimulates someone else, which is the real freaky part of this.
Yeah.
And you go back to the canvas, you capture what you went through.
Yeah. I mean, it's all about the feeling. For me, the paint is the feeling, and the colors are the feeling. I've actually was told, because I painted a lot of really sad stuff when I first started painting, because you have to. Well, just crappy stuff, but I was kind of exploring stuff. But it's just kind of for me. And I just painted and painted and painted and painted and painted. And I don't know where I was going with this, but...
Welcome to my brain on
the
tabs.
Feel? The feel of what you're painting.
The feel of what you're painting, but also telling a story and sharing it. Oh, so I was told, because I use a lot of diagonals and stuff, and like I had a professor say to me, not a professor, one of the greatest compliments I ever had was that I have an innate sense of color. I don't know what that means. I don't know that I have anything innate. I don't know anybody does.
I think you have an innate sense of color, because I'm looking at even the pieces here. Can you put her pieces back up, guys?
But one of my friends came to me.
Look at these colors, how you've put them together. And then it's just amazing to me. You've got the texture through the paint, the outline, and then she comes forward
Yeah.
in color, and then this is just.
And that's all about
speaks
kids when they're
volumes.
by themselves having something to love when you're all alone. How you rely on that, whether it's an imaginary thing or a bunny rabbit, and you're in this crazy world, and you're just like, I love you, friend.
I mean, it's
And
like
you got my
finding your
back.
inner child at any age. If you could go back to that.
Right, and sticking up for that kid and being like, I got you, girl.
Just think, right? We had that inner child when we were kids.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, we all had that. And then you grow up and you're told by society that you can't do that anymore. You have to be professional, and you have to sit the right way and act the right way and say the right things and do your taxes the right way and all the things you're supposed to do. But yet, you still feel that inner child.
Yeah, and I let her live, and I honor her every day because now she's safe.
Well,
And
your inner child is who you are.
yeah,
Right.
And it depends on whether you make her shut up or whether you let her play. And the other thing that I just kind of thought this was such a cool thing that somebody got with my work, and I was like, dun dun dun, think about it. My work described it as the violence of color, because there's a lot of violence in the world, and it just was kind of, I do try to use decoys and it not be about like this feels overly aggressively happy.
I have to just say, I totally relate to you because I do abstract.
Yeah.
That one on the corner is mine, that one over there.
Beautiful.
But I totally, when I see your art, I can see it's very similar to what I do. And
Yeah.
my mood does reflect very much what I'm painting.
I'm very emotive.
I don't always see that, but
Right.
people will see that. Someone called it organized
Chaos?
chaos.
Yeah, I've heard the
So
same.
I relate very much to color. I've been told very much with the color that I put in it.
Yeah.
I don't know what I just paint, but
Yeah.
So I do relate very much to you.
Yeah. So
Well, paintings are what people view them to be. I mean, this thing, the original of this thing, has
She knows
been
him.
Yeah.
famous forever.
Yeah.
I think there was, in the original, I think there's 12 paintings on that one.
No, that's a print.
Not this one, I mean the
The
original.
original Mona Lisa?
The original Mona Lisa.
Oh, I'm sure.
And every year I hear another saying, another Mona Lisa smile. I hear something about the eye. Every year there's a new definition to the same painting that's
Correct.
been around for, I don't know, how old is the Mona Lisa?
I think
Hundreds?
At least
it's probably a
55.
senior citizen. I think
Exactly.
It's a
She
senior
said
citizen.
she is a senior
Probably has
citizen.
an
15
AR.
She can get ARP. I bet she could get that discount.
But the thing is people still flock to see it.
Yeah. And it's really small. Like, it's
It
not
is.
impressive when you see it.
It's-
I don't mean it that way. I just mean because
not
you've seen
big.
it so large,
Yeah.
you've seen it in so many different forms. It's a very modest painting when you go see it physically in life. But it's just, you just expect it because it's this larger than life sort of image that we all know. So when you go and meet it, you're like, hey, friend, you're kind of a regular guy, just like me,
You gotta get up close to see it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things in history like that.
Yeah.
That you go to a tomb or something, you're expecting it to be, the bells and whistles,
Yeah.
and it's not.
Yeah.
The golden chalice is made of
Clay?
clay.
Yeah.
So I think it's about how we perceive, how
Yeah.
we see. And we've always talked about in here, every piece of art in here has a story.
Oh, yeah.
And the stories to us are more giving than the painting works themselves.
Right.
It's why it was painted, the definition of it and how it showed up here, like the statue of Mary.
But what I love so much about you, this Mary, and your work is there are times that you'll say to me, well, this adult is like this because of her or his childhood, and this is a child, or they were abused, or they had this horrible life, that's why they act like this.
Yeah.
You could have,
could
based
have,
on
but-
some of the things you've had go on in your
Sure.
life, but you bring joy now to people.
I meant because at the end of the day, it's your choice. Like when people are with other people, this sentence makes me so mad. You make me happy. It's not my job to make you happy.
Right.
Your job for yourself is to find you're happy.
So how did you get to that point in life?
A lot of therapy, a lot of tears, and just knowing like you're alone, and nobody owes you jack. And the end of the day, you can decide to be a positive force, or you can decide to be a negative force. And I've always wanted to, service is very important to me, and I've always wanted to have a good community around me. I want to surround myself with like-minded people. I want to lift everybody up. I want everybody, my husband will be like, you're like a communist, because I do. I think wealth is crazy. I think everybody should be able to have food, and I don't, that kind of thinking. I mean, money's nice, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying, I think it's about taking care of each other and playing it forward and lifting the voices, and you get so much better. I get better when I'm around people that are better, and that interaction where it's so exciting, where I'm like, oh my God, I wouldn't even have thought that had not been this reaction. So I just love that whole butterfly connection and listening to the world and being like, there's a reason I'm here right now. And it's not, it might just be that I'm here to have this conversation today, but it could be further along in the, spectrum down there. I don't know. So
I think your work is incredible. And Mary agreed to do a live painting for our foundation fundraisers that we're still putting together because it's still in one of the tabs in my brain. But we're working through. That's why I got the paper plates for Thanksgiving. Now I can move on to December's event.
Now we know where you got the.
Now I got the paper plates. You're going to do something live?
I do, but here's the thing, because I don't paint on one surface at a time. I think I'm probably going to do 3.
Oh, okay.
Just because, or 2. I need to at least do more, because I can't, things have to sit, just like in life. You can't, watching a pot boil, it kind of needs its moment to sort of breathe, and then you can kind of come back to it and be like, okay, now it needs this, 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 and reevaluate. A lot of times, even after taking a picture of a painting I'm working on, I see different problems and different things that I'm like, oh, I need to put that in there, or design-wise, the elements that I'm looking for.
So you see it in your head as a whole?
Sort of, but not really.
Okay.
It's just kind of, I know what I want the energy to be. That's what I can say. I know what I want the vibe to be, and if it looks labored and heavy and stiff, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for there to be this sort of, I want it to look like it was effortless, but it usually takes a lot of effort to make it look really effortless.
It's like me in the morning.
Yeah, just kind of
I
constantly.
look like I rolled out of bed, but clearly it took a lot of layers on this face to get it here.
3 hours later.
So I think, and making people happy. And the other thing, I do have a little bit of an ego, which makes me mad, because it shouldn't be about me, because abstraction is, at its core, abstract. You can't recognize it, right? A lot of abstract work looks similar. You know what I mean? It's so abstract that you really couldn't put somebody's hand on it, being like, oh, I recognize, this painting here, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
But it's I don't, maybe this, I don't know this artist. I just feel like I've seen colors laid down that way in other ways, and they're beautiful. I feel like I want my drawing skills to be in there. So I'm like, I want you to be able to recognize my abstract.
I always say, because I always say, I don't worry about copyrighting my art, because there is no way, you've seen a lot of my art, that anyone's going to be able to, and it's not an ego thing in any way whatsoever, because I hope to be not.
Right, I try, but who makes anything new?
I totally
Nobody.
see what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've been only painting maybe for about 15 years now. I never know what I'm going to paint, but the color, everything you're saying, it also is very similar to me.
Yeah.
Well,
Makes
am I
sense to you,
surprised,
Sally?
right?
You got all this?
Yeah, I do. I can
kind of
relate
like
to
your
it a
handwriting,
lot.
you know what I
It
mean?
is, and
The
people can
handwriting,
recognize
your
my art. I
handwriting.
know that someone's going to say that is Sally's, which I'm sure they
and
say
that's what
the
I
same
want.
to you.
I really want there to be
Because
this.
it's different. It's
Yeah.
just weird.
People are
I
like,
call
you're
it
just
weird, actually.
No, I get called weird all the time. They're like, nobody's doing what
And
you're
I've done the same with my art. I've given it away. I do it, I say, and even what I'm doing today, I'm doing it for me.
Yeah.
I'm putting my expression on there.
Yeah.
So I related very much. I wasn't going to say anything
But
until
also
now.
for them, because some
Oh,
people
yeah.
people are afraid to express themselves, and you're giving them, I almost see them, I feel like original art is kind of like buying greeting cards for your house, where you're actually telling so much about yourself to the world in an image, like something that you decide, I love this painting.
But not
and it needs
everybody's
to
going
be
to
in my house.
recognize that. And I realize that, well, they'll see it's different, but everybody sees, and I'm sure your art is this way, different things in your
Of course,
artwork. Someone will
but-
say that or that.
Right, but the thing of it is, the fact there's something very vulnerable and telling about what people put in their houses.
Yeah.
Or not telling. Like if you're just going to be very cold, like there are some people you go into the room and you're like, oh, they are so closed off and they do not want me to know anything about them.
Well,
I've run out of walls in my house.
Yeah.
In Sally's case, sometimes what she does, it gives people the courage to be able to talk and sing.
Right.
And I can feel the same thing about your artwork.
Right.
And sometimes giving people the courage that it's okay to
Right.
be yourself
and
is the biggest message you can give, no matter what.
I'm hearing it's okay not to be okay because you know that's so important for people to know that.
Is.
It's
Nobody's
okay to
okay.
be unique. Nobody is.
We're all fighting something.
Everything,
And we're all
yes.
struggling.
Yeah,
So be nice.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
the people
doesn't always
and
work
it's
that way.
easier.
Though,
It's easier not to be nice than it is to be nice.
It is, well, hurt people hurt people.
That's what I've heard. And,
Yeah.
and you've been taught a certain way. That's the new psychology now. Is that you have these triggers that you were taught. You weren't born with hate.
No.
You were taught hate.
It's definitely a learned behavior.
It's a learned behavior, and to love is also another.
You have to practice
But
it.
it's a natural deal when you love something, because if you don't love something, then you're never going to find anything.
Right.
But what I like is that the artwork, especially all the different types of art that we have in here, has a frequency. And when you add a lot of frequencies in a room, it begins to do something to the human soul.
100%.
And you're a classic example because, I've known them now for almost 2 years, but we just met you, and you have a very high frequency.
And that actually, well, we know about that too, because a lot of my shows, I talk very much about being on a higher frequency.
Okay.
But I sense that, and you did with me when we first walked in.
Yeah.
So it's real.
Yeah, I just feel like a nut
real.
job, though, when I say that. People are like, okay.
No,
So
no,
I'm like,
this
no, I
is
feel the
real.
energy. I'm just saying.
You saw it. You know, the first thing we said.
It's like an orb that just kind of dances.
You'll be
It's a
surprised.
feeling.
9 out of 10 times that people think that you're saying you're a nut job, they're really talking about themselves.
Exactly.
They would like to be.
They would like to be like you.
Well, I don't know about that, but
I
feel like I just I don't know. I think that people are afraid, and fear really keeps people from going out and being exposed. Whereas I've always been afraid, but I've been more afraid not to try than I have been to fall on my face. And I guess I wanted to kind of discuss this because for me, I feel like in this world, everything is all about praising, like, oh, you've done this, you've won this award, you've won that. I've learned dick from any success I've ever had. Nothing, not a zip. Every failure, and I hate the fact that we call it a failure because it is a process.
It's a challenge.
Right, and the fact is I'm like, I'm negotiating an obstacle, and it's putting me on a smarter path at where I need to be. I might not like where my story went. Like I might be like, no, I wanted to get this. But there's something out there that's like, no, that's not where you're meant to be. And making the work better and refiguring and reconfiguring and being like, well, just negotiating the obstacle and coming up with something new.
Because I also mentioned this too. Every negative can be, you learn from a negative to turn it into a positive, which is actually what you're saying.
There's a
Absolutely,
benefit. There's a benefit
100%.
to anger. There's a benefit.
Because that's how you're going to learn, right?
But you have to use it correctly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And I think identifying those and being like, I'm not going to let...
I was going to be so quiet, but I couldn't
But
be.
you have a creative outlet. You have it through your readings, through your art.
And through the show.
And you have it through your art and expressing your feelings. We have it through what we get to do every day.
Yeah.
And to share what we have with this amazing crew and our audience.
Yeah.
There are people that feel as if they would like it, and they're trapped and they don't know because whether they're fearful of failure, taking that next step because their 9 to 5 keeps them from having that creative outlet, whatever it is.
Yeah.
We have a gift that we have this opportunity
I think
that we
it's
can share
stepping out
this.
of your comfort zone.
Yeah. It's not easy.
It's not. But if you can do that, well, you just believe that you can do that, and you step out,
you'll survive.
I say passion. Your passion will come out,
Yeah.
and you will survive. You will survive.
Well, there's a gentleman
good-
that we met that he said to us, if you're doing it, if you're not feeling comfortable, you're doing it right.
Correct.
If you're feeling comfortable, you're doing it wrong. There's a lot of people.
You and I are doing it so right.
Well, there's a lot of people who
Yeah.
will tell you, they don't get it. You know,
Right.
they'll come in here and they don't get it.
Yeah.
Or they don't want it. Or they just are going in a different direction. That's
Right.
okay. You know,
Yeah.
you have choice to go in either direction.
100%.
But it's a whole lot harder to work at being happier
It is.
than to just
Full-time
sit
job.
and, let's just be in a state of fear.
Yeah.
And be sadder.
But it has that ripple effect, because when you show that, even if you're not feeling that, if you just, I'm not going to say fake because I don't like
but
that
smiles
word,
are contagious.
But smile, exactly. And you go to a higher vibrational energy. My show is often about that, right?
And I can say this, especially because I'm kind of like with the video stuff, I'm kind of cringing being on video. Here's my dirty secret. I had Bell's palsy, and my face is still not 100% recovered. My eye still doesn't work right, and I still kind of sags on this side, so I'm like super self-conscious that I look like a maniac.
But only you
Mary,
see that.
you look amazing.
But this is the thing. I just want everybody to know, like, if you're like, oh, look, her hair's brushed today. God, you have no idea that it took to be here. Like, I am ready to poop my pants, but I'm just going to bring whatever you need because I feel like I'm helping other people.
You're helping
And
so many people.
Being vulnerable is powerful. There's power in it, and so many people are just like, oh. So, yeah.
Where can we find your artwork? Where's your gallery?
My studio is in Thrive District in Fort Lauderdale. I have stuff there. I'm not officially, no gallery has actually had me yet.
Okay.
But I've shown in galleries, but no, I don't have official representation other than like Singular Art and Saatchi Art and myself.
Want to represent her?
You know, I would love, because the fact is, I know that my art is not special, but I feel like sharing, making art is what's special about me. And
All art is special.
Yeah, but I feel there's so much that, you know, we just are like afraid to do, and like I love making a mess. Like, messes are fun. Getting paint on my fingers, like, I'll come home from work every day. My husband's like, how did you get paint in your hair? How did you get paint on your toes? I just throw it around, you know?
Because your husband's very analytical. He's very, right?
You know, I'm a lot to be with. And people say that a lot. And I'm okay with that. You know, I kind of wanted to make a T-shirt being like, I'm not everybody's flavor, just those with taste.
All right, we're going to take a commercial break. More to come on the other side of this 1 o'clock hour. We're going to talk to Sally and Steve. We haven't seen you in a while, so we got to get all caught up on what's going on with Steve Sperling. They're now married officially 2 years, so the honeymoon phase is now you're into regular marriage.
Oh my God. We're into real life.
You're into real life.
Not quite 2 years.
Not quite 2 years.
December.
Wow. December. All right, we got another month still being in the honeymoon phase.
Fantastic.
Real life.
Real life is now hit. All right, more to come on the other side of this commercial break. Stay tuned.
Congratulations.
We'll be right back.
Amazing. Yeah.
Do you want the opportunity to have a TV show or podcast? Now, at Amp Media Productions, you can host your very own visual broadcast anywhere around the world. With our talented group of creators, we will provide you with show elements, board operations, and any on-screen visuals you'd like to showcase. All you must do is log onto your computer and communicate with your viewers. Contact Amp Media Productions at 866-224-5422 or email hello@amp2.tv to start your own show today.
Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
Known for his Art Deco Cubist style and compositions with dancing saturated color, Ken Bieberman has lived and breathed art his whole life. From the early 80s, he's influenced the Art Deco district of Miami Beach. Featured in numerous restoration projects, hotels, galleries, and clubs, Bieberman creates for everyday folks and celebrity clientele. He's also the proprietor of Art Repro, a giclée and scanning company in Pompano Beach. When it comes to scanning high resolution, size is not an issue. Professionally scanning art up to 10 feet and 64 inches in width, Art Repro utilizes state-of-the-art equipment. On quality canvas or paper, archival ink and printing mediums are put to use. Art Repro ensures colors are true and every nuance of the art is captured, including the canvas weave. Perfection is the priority. Contact artist Ken Bieberman today at 954-547-0095 or visit his website www.artrepro.net.
Discover Kaizen, where excellence meets your daily routine. Our premium products are crafted with the highest quality ingredients to elevate your mind, body, and spirit. Enjoy Kaizen coffee for clean, sustained energy and clarity without unnecessary additives or harsh effects. Or experience our Kaizen hydration solution, designed for peak performance and lasting rejuvenation. For those who demand the best, Kaizen is always sugar-free, non-GMO, and free from artificial additives. For more information, visit livekaizen.com/cafe10 to elevate your lifestyle today.
What if this happened to you when you're alone? With MedGuard Alert's new Care Watch, you can connect with medical professionals instantly, 24/7. No cell phone required. This life-saving medical device acts as a phone as well as a revolutionary health monitoring system that checks blood pressure, heart rate, oxygen saturation, and much more. And if you have Medicare or Medicaid, you may qualify to get yours free. Don't wait. Call us to get your Care Watch right now.
Attention all Medicare beneficiaries. It's annual enrollment time, running now through December 7th. Are you on the best plan for your needs? Do you know if Medicare Advantage or a Medicare supplement with Original Medicare suits you better? And have you reviewed your prescriptions for 2025? Every plan has changed and the donut hole is gone. Medicare open enrollment is here. Don't miss out on understanding all your options. Claire Goyette, the marvelous Miss Medicare, is here to guide you. Call Claire at 561-703-7463 or visit absolutebestinsurance.com/Claire-Goyette. That's Claire Goyette at 561-703-7463. Make the most of your Medicare benefits. Call now.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Yeah, we're back.
So I started sending out invites to Friendsgiving. Have you sent any out? I have to send it to you.
I don't have it.
I know, I have to send it to you.
Well, how can I send it out if you haven't
I wasn't sure if you had it or not. I realized you didn't. And then I'm like, he's just going to double invite everyone I invited. But we know a lot of people. It's a lot of people to invite.
You don't want me to invite nobody?
I do. I want you to invite
you don't
everybody.
Want to double invite? What difference does it make if you double invite everybody?
You should double invite everybody.
Yeah, now I should.
You can.
Before,
you should. I don't want to say you should, because you can do anything you would like to do.
I'm not allowed to post. I'm not allowed to put anything on Facebook. I'm not allowed to put anything on Instagram. And now I can't invite. Okay.
I actually put some stuff out because I wanted to put out Claire's Medicare spot, because open enrollment is currently now through December 7th. So your window of opportunity is now. So Claire knows Medicare. Contact Claire Goyette. She's got unbelievable information that you need to know, whether it's the first time on Medicare or you want to change. Now's your time to change. You've got open enrollment. And there's a lot of things you need to look at. You need to look at prescription plans. You need to look at pricing, your doctors. I met someone the other day, and she was all happy that she got a free dental plan. But I don't know if her doctors are going to be on the plan. But she got free dental for whatever it is.
Just a doctor with a bone in his nose.
I don't know. Just, you got to do what works for you, and what works for you may not be what works for your spouse, just like the election tomorrow. Find your voice, do what works for you, whether it's your Medicare, your insurance, the elections, finding your joy in painting. Find your own happiness and voice in the world.
There are times I can't
It's kind of just the same thing, right? Because if we were married and you're like, Dawn, you need to vote for this, and I'm thinking, no, Freddie, I want to vote this way.
I would never say that.
But if you said, I'm on this Medicare plan, you need to be on the same one, I'd be like, I don't want to.
I wouldn't say that either.
But there are couples that do that.
Well, couples are strange.
But people do, and I feel as if I'm getting inspired by Mary. You need to have your voice. You need to do what works for you to find your inner happiness and joy and righteousness in the world, not what the person you're together with.
When you buy a pair of socks.
See, she's inspiring me.
And your health.
And your health,
is
right.
your charge.
Your choice,
my
exactly.
Body.
My body, my choice.
My illnesses are different than yours, so I might require a different program.
That's right.
Exactly.
That, you know, when you buy a pair of socks, there are 2 socks. I don't give you one. I wear both.
Well,
Same thing in
cold.
life.
No, I'm kidding. But there are people.
It doesn't matter if assholes. I'm just saying you don't share everything.
But there are a lot of people that do. They feel like they're married.
Yeah.
Or they live together, and what they say or their plan should work for the other one.
Right.
And in many ways, it doesn't. So vote who you feel you should vote for. Take out the Medicare plan or insurance plan that works for you. Find your joy, whether it's painting or music or talking or not talking. What works for you?
Yeah,
Find
I
your
may
joy.
like watching baseball, and Linda may not.
Exactly.
I went to Shea Stadium. She went. She did me a favor. Whatever. It doesn't matter. You know, there are so many give and takes. I may go to see a girl chick flick in the movies that everybody's around me is crying, and I'm like, I don't even get this movie. But I'll do it. It's a give and take situation.
So call Claire Goyette. Claire knows Medicare. She'll be in this week. Let her just do a free analysis. Check out your plan. See what works for you.
Get a tune-up, as they say. Good stuff. All
What
right,
you
so
got
the
cooking,
hat.
Steve?
Well, other than my marathon getting home last week from Little Rock, Arkansas.
Yeah, what happened? Sally came in, she's like, Steve's leaving, he's not leaving. He's got engine problems, he doesn't have engine problems. He may land, he may not land. I'm glad
Well,
you're here.
on a good day, you can't get from here to Little Rock. You know, you just can't get between the 2 places.
Is that where you go most of the time?
No, this was the first time I was
Okay.
in Little Rock, Arkansas. And so it all went bad when my first flight from Little Rock it was supposed to go to Houston, had mechanical problems. I mean, they even pushed back from the gate, but then came back to the gate and turned off the engines, turned them back on, and then we had to deplane. And so luckily, the lady at my office who handles the travel for us all, she was on it like that, and I was able to get flights, and then my flight she got me, that was delayed, and then I had to fly to Dallas instead of Houston, and then I had to fly to Miami instead of Fort Lauderdale. And
guess where I was? I went to bed at 11 o'clock at night.
By the time I took an Uber home from Miami, it was midnight. I had to wake up at 4:30 in the morning to catch a 7 a.m. flight in Little Rock. So it was quite
So you had been at 4:30 to midnight.
Yeah.
Wow. So now you're taking the week off and you're going to stay here for a little bit.
It's actually taking longer. He's not going on the
I'm
next
going
trip.
to be off for 2
Just
weeks.
don't go to Arkansas.
Oh, I'm sorry?
Don't go to Arkansas.
That's a good plan.
Yeah, no, Arkansas is a great place for some.
Not for the plane.
If I never see it again, it'll be too soon.
Yeah.
Is Boeing still on strike? Was that part of the
they-
problem?
It was on the news
No,
today. I
but
think
Boeing
they're going
voted
back.
yes.
Did they
but-
they accepted
Yeah,
the,
they accepted.
okay.
Yeah, but Boeing has nothing to do with flight schedules. I mean, they make planes and they
They don't
make
have the
parts.
parts to fix
They
the
don't
plane.
have the parts.
Right.
If it was a mechanical problem,
Right.
they didn't have the part.
So
right? Which
because
you
they don't have
told
the
me,
parts,
don't.
they don't want to take chances.
Yeah.
But all that, hopefully in another 2 weeks, will be long gone, and you'll be able to fly all over the place.
Yeah. I'm
So I
taking it-
just slept through the whole thing at that point. Then 10 o'clock onwards.
So, well, welcome back. We haven't seen you in a while.
Well, thank you.
You feeling good?
It's always great to be here. I'm feeling good and
Kind of.
kind of.
That
and
other thing's just a blip, a hiccup.
There's always a new wrinkle.
Welcome to life, right? So you got to
Yeah.
find your joy, as
The-
MG says.
Yeah, the good news is, I keep beating everything that comes in
Amen.
front of me, and I'll beat whatever it is that's happening now.
That's
Good stuff.
important.
I'm not ready to push up daisies.
Good.
You know.
Good. We had too much to do. Speaking of, I don't know why I'm thinking of
Oh,
Lynn.
you're thinking of the
Thank
days.
you. Didn't someone reach out to you that was friendly with Lynn Everard, and
Yes,
she wanted to come in?
She
When
went
is she
to
coming?
New York this weekend.
Okay.
She says I inspired her to go to New York. So she went on Friday. She won't back till Wednesday.
Okay.
So she'll come in after that.
Did
Okay.
she know Lynn, or she just
They
got
were
a
very good
message from
friends,
him?
Very good friends.
Oh, okay. I thought
Apparently,
she just...
and again, I don't know the lady, but she said that Lynn was going to do something with her, write a book. Remember that Lynn stopped writing? He was going to make an exception for this lady, and they were going to do a book together. Is the way she tells me. But then she says that Lynn came in a dream and said, why don't you do that show that you always wanted to do on radio? So that's why she called me.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe he just came to her and she didn't, but she didn't know him.
He
so.
must have come in strong that she knew to call you and
Yeah.
somehow found your phone number.
Absolutely.
And it's funny because they had a show called The Editor's Desk. So I put out 1,000 messages out so people can like the page, and I got like 500 that came back.
Wow.
Which is really, the whole thing is bizarre, but
That's how this world that we live in works.
I mean, it's not that it's bizarre, it just seems...
Well, I hope he could change the price of my book on Amazon at this point from $250 to
Can ask Lynn to help us. Lynn.
You got
Lynn.
some, you
I've
got some
Aldo up
markup
there.
on that book, by
That's
the way.
crazy. I
It's like-
mean, you know,
it's like $100
I'd be
a
happy to make $1 on the thing, not 200 and something.
They had fixed the lights. I don't know what happened to them. Might be out again. The guys fixed them for you, but I think they might be out again. Something with the remote.
I don't see them.
They were on, though. All right, so she's going to be coming in. And Steve, you keep fighting it. You're doing great.
Thank
He's
you.
back to eating peanut M&Ms. The world is good again.
I don't think you're supposed to eat peanut M&Ms.
I really shouldn't have had that. It's
I don't think
irritating
you're
to my
supposed to
mouth.
eat peanut. You can eat the M&Ms. but
Ever
not the
eat
peanut.
anything and you know it's going to make you not feel good,
does
you do it
a
anyway
lot.
because in the hopes that that one time in life it's going to change. What's it called? If you do repeat the same thing over and over again for the same
Madness.
outcome, it's called madness. Pretty much.
Yeah,
Keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting it to be different. Or
Correct. It never is it?
Insanity.
Insanity.
It's there's a couple of things I'm really looking forward to eating. Since my mouth cancer, and which I'm cancer free, thank God, and but my taste buds aren't all back, and my salivary glands are not working perfectly. So I desperately want to have a slice of pizza, but I want to be able to taste it, and I want it to be good pizza. And I desperately want a hot dog with mustard and sauerkraut and onion sauce from the hot dog cart. The dirty water dog, as they're called.
Yeah, I had one of those in New York.
I'll eat a peanut M&M, but I won't eat pizza or a hot dog because I just feel I'll be disappointed. And I don't want to get disappointed.
You can
But you
eat
might
more
not
than-
be.
You can eat it more than once. Till you find the one you like.
Well, but I'll know when I'm ready.
All I know is we have a lot to be grateful and thankful for this year.
Yeah, this time last year is when he was diagnosed.
Right, so a
Lot
lot's
changed.
happened in a year. So again, our Friendsgiving, I got plates for you.
With leaves on them, I hope.
With leaves on them. With leaves on them. So I stopped eating on, I don't know what I did the past 3 years in my house that I now live in because I think I checked out of life because I was so traumatized by moving. Although I love my house. We now eat on paper. Well, I guess the economy of the world has thinned out my paper plates. So if you pick up the plate, it now is really flimsy. It's like that commercial. So I said to Chuck, I think the paper plates aren't working for dinner anymore. This was last night. He says, well, we can double them up. I said, or we could actually use a real plate. Imagine that
That's crazy
concept.
talk.
Fake hay, but a real plate.
They sell plate
Plastic.
holders that are made of
I've got a
hay.
cabinet full of plates, a
No, you
cabinet
don't need
full of
that.
dishes that I do not
No, because
use.
nobody wants to wash them. So what you do is you get the plate holder, you put the paper plate in it, and then that resolves your problem.
I'm thinking I might just resort. I might actually open up my cabinet and use plates. I guess I must have been so traumatized by the move.
But you could open the dishwasher too. and
Exactly.
Put the plate
The
in the
dishwasher is
dishwasher.
full.
Or
so
you could put the plates on top of
the regular
the
plate.
regular
like
plates.
a charger.
Yes,
Right,
and
that's a
then you
good
don't have to
idea.
wash dishes. Boom.
See, she understands. Like a charger, I could do that. I don't know what happened to my mind. For 3 years, I really just checked out of living in this house. More and more, I'm back into the house, so it's nice.
Over plates.
Are you realizing that plates are smaller, they're flimsier, everything, orange juice is smaller, the shrinking of America,
Yeah.
of the
The
economy.
quarter pounder looks like an eighth of a pound now.
And I'm noticing it now more than ever, that everything is just shrinking in
Especially
size.
when you go maybe to the same restaurant sometimes, and then you order the same dish, and it's on a much smaller plate because you're going to notice that. But everybody seems to be doing that, right?
You know, I found a restaurant that I've never gone to, and I go because it's by the house now, and their sizes are tremendous. And I end up finding myself taking food home.
That's
Now,
what
you
you
know, I
should-
don't
that's
do
good.
that. But I'm doing it now because the portions are so big. So I don't even want to tell you where it is because I don't want nobody to go.
Oh, Linda said
did
Steve
that
come
last
to New
night.
York and
Yeah.
have the best pizza and hot dog.
Who's that?
Steve's cousin Linda says come to
Oh.
New York.
Oh, she listens to. Oh, yeah,
Oh.
she does listen
Yes.
to the lunchtime show.
The hot dog in New York and the pizza in New York is the best.
Yeah.
You cannot go wrong.
Thin crust all the way.
You like the thin? I don't like the thin.
But there's a few places here in South Florida that come
Yeah,
pretty
because the
close.
water's different.
There's a loaf of bread that I forgot to order yesterday. I went to get it today. You would shoot me on principle alone.
What is it?
$12.49.
Are you
For a loaf
insane?
of bread?
A loaf of
you
bread.
But was it artisanal?
It's apparently low carb, high protein, zero net carbs. I'm like, well, it might be worth.
They got a low carb bread that I buy for $3.
I looked at the
And it's all
price
cut
today,
up and
and I'm
everything.
like, Freddie would
Was
say.
it sliced?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Are you insane?
Zero net carbs. What's in it? Sand?
It tastes good. I just forgot to order it this week in my grocery
Thank
order.
God. Thank God you forgot. I'll show you. As a diabetic, I'll show you. I have a bread that has 1 carb per slice. One.
It's not $12.49 for a loaf.
It's $3.48. And the funny thing is that everybody knows about it now. So when you get to Publix, it's all gone.
Then I was thinking a martini's $20 now. A loaf of bread that lasts a week for $12 is pretty good girl math.
No, that's bad math.
Why? The
This is
martini,
right,
it's
Ty.
done in an hour and I'm done. The
Done.
loaf of bread
You
will
still
last me all
got
week.
Stop.
You got the bread for a few
I will
days.
shoot you on principle
Right?
if you buy that loaf of bread ever again.
I'm going to bring it to you. You're going to try. You're going to go,
Doesn't
this
Chuck
is
ever
really
say
good.
anything?
He doesn't know.
But getting
I'm gonna
back to
call him
portion
today.
size for a minute, you remember Burger King's jingle when they first came out? You know, it takes 2 hands to handle a Whopper,
A
to
Whopper.
handle a Whopper at Burger King.
Not anymore.
Now
Not
you
the
can hold
case.
it in one finger.
Not
the Whopper.
anymore. All right, Sally, what do you got cooking for today?
I really don't know. I'm going to leave that up to you guys because you always talk on my show and ask me questions. So what do you want to ask me?
Well, what direction? you going?
That was good. I turned the tables.
No, you didn't turn the tables. What direction are you going?
Wherever questions you ask me, we'll follow with
Just to
that.
feel the vibe.
Vibes, yes. High
I'll
vibe.
let
Well,
you
we
have
do
it.
that a lot, right?
Feel the vibe.
Right.
All right,
We're feeling the vibes.
We're
We
feeling
come
the
in
vibe.
here, we feel the
I need
vibes.
to get into the zone. Let's take a break. When we come back, we've got This Day in History. We're going to wrap it up with MG Stout and Sally Bernard and Steve Sperling. Some more to come on the other side of this break. Let us know. I don't know. You want to ask anyone to call us? Let us know how the polling lines are.
Yeah, if you call the number, what's the number?
888-994-4995. Studio A.
And tell us your adventure. I don't want to hear who you voted for. That doesn't interest me. Your adventures of voting. Like yesterday, I went to 4 places. And I didn't realize that that little bubble, because I guess I went to all the red ones, was full. And then I went down and I said, wait a minute, there's a green one, which was right by my house. It took me 20 minutes to get in there. So if you call in, just tell us what your wacky story was. And I got to tell you, things have changed since the last time I voted 4 years ago. I never remember doing what I did yesterday. You ballot, you take it, you go to
It's
another
because
part
you
of the
did
room.
mail-in. We did mail-in 4 years ago.
We did?
We dropped it off at the polling place at FAU. Yeah.
No, I went with Freddie.
Oh, I don't know. I've done mail-in since COVID.
All I'm telling, not one with Freddie. All I'm telling you is I've never seen an experience like this mail, where you take it, you put it in the ballot, and then they give it to you, and then you take it over there and you put it in the machine. And you do everything now. You don't hand it to nobody. Nobody wants to touch your paper.
Because they
Nobody
don't
wants to
trust
give-
us.
Exactly.
Well, nobody wants to hear an excuse that I gave it to them. They didn't. No, none of that. This is either you do it or you do it wrong. You do it right, and the damn thing tells you this is what you want. It gives you a synopsis.
All right, we got to go to break. More to come. Freddie's stories of voting.
Where you go?
We'll be right back. Take us all off cue.
There you go.
See, you
Good
got
for
them. I said we're going to go to
Good for
commercial
you.
break. You got them
There you
all
go. There
messed
you go.
up.
Good for you. That's right.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, your family, your business, your peace of mind, you need reliable fire protection. Introducing All Fire Extinguisher Depot, Fire Extinguisher Service. Our certified technicians ensure your extinguishers are always ready to respond to emergencies. Before and after, we leave your fire safety in top-notch condition. Join the many satisfied clients who trust All Fire Extinguisher Depot for fire extinguisher service. Because when it comes to fire safety, there's no compromise. Contact All Fire Extinguisher Depot at 786-704-2750 to get your extinguisher service today. Your safety is our priority. That's at 786-704-2750. All Fire Extinguisher Depot, protecting what matters.
Has your heater busted, computer crashed, appliance broken? Then you need ARW Home.
Life's been pretty worry-free since I got covered with ARW Home. Don't waste thousands of dollars on air conditioning, appliance repair, and replacements. Save that money with ARW Home. Protection plans that cover household appliances, systems, and electronics.
My air conditioning broke on a Sunday. I called ARW, and they came out and fixed it right away.
Get your free quote today. Call or go to arwhome.com now.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. Guess what? They want your money and they can take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter right over here that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you right now. So what do? You fight back by letting our team of experts work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And hey, we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws, and we'll fight really hard to save your money. So, if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket. 5 minutes of your time right now can save you thousands of dollars. And the best part, it's a free call, so please call right now.
What if you could make a free phone call and reduce your car payment by as much as $83 a month? Right now, you could be paying as high as 20% interest. Your new interest rate could be reduced to as low as 2.48%. You can refinance any existing car loan or leased car and save money every month. Take 5 minutes of your time right now. Make this free phone call and learn how to save hundreds of dollars a year by refinancing your existing car loan.
Attention timeshare owners. This is an urgent consumer alert from the Timeshare Exit Hotline, a national company specializing in helping consumers legally get out of their expensive timeshare contracts. We're offering you a way to legally get rid of your timeshare. So if you're fed up with the maintenance fees that keep on coming and want to learn if you can terminate your timeshare legally and permanently, call today. Call the number on your screen today. It's a free call.
The owners of Amp Media Productions and the Brooklyn Cafe show, Don and Freddie S., are excited to announce the launch of its new nonprofit educational charity, the Amp Media Futures Foundation. This foundation gives college students the tools that they need by providing them hands-on learning experiences in business, marketing, communication, and media creation. To donate or volunteer, contact AMP2 Media Productions by email at info@ampfutures.org.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
On November 4th, 1645, Prince Frederick Henry of Orange captured Hulst, the last major siege of the 80 Years' War between the Dutch Republic and Spain. On November 4th, 1783, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart's Symphony No. 36, also known as the Linz Symphony, premiered in Linz, Austria. Composed during a brief stay in the city, the symphony is notable for its rich orchestration and innovative structure, reflecting Mozart's mastery of the classical form. On November 4th, 1948, the U.S. Post Office commemorated the American humorist Will Rogers by issuing a 3-cent postage stamp featuring his likeness. Rogers, known for his wit, social commentary, and love for the common man, became a beloved figure in American culture during the early 20th century. On November 4th, 1959, Ernie Banks, the legendary shortstop for the Chicago Cubs, won his second consecutive National League Most Valuable Player MVP award. Known as Mr. Cub, Banks was celebrated for his exceptional hitting, charisma, and sportsmanship. On November 4th, 2001, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, the first film adaptation of J.K. Rowling's beloved book series, premiered in London. Starring Daniel Radcliffe as Harry Potter, the film brought to life the story of a young wizard discovering his magical heritage.
And we're back. So he got a voice for that whole piece. That looks pretty good.
Yeah, Commish doing a good job.
Commish doing a nice job.
All right, Wackadoo Wednesday, worst joke Wednesdays. You got a worst joke?
Wackadoo wisdom. Yeah, I actually in the blog I tell the story of the first worst joke that got it re-kicked off. Okay, you guys ready for my joke? Did you hear about that movie Constipation?
No.
It never came out.
Oh my God.
And there you have it.
We got it.
You didn't have to explain it. You really didn't.
We got it.
My son said the same. He's like, Mom, I know what constipation
we got it.
is."
We got
Sally,
it.
you got it?
We got it.
You sure?
I got it.
It's
Yeah.
so funny.
Yeah.
And my
Absolutely
son, I
sure.
don't know why I feel the need to explain it, because I was
She
like,
got
'cause
it,
it
and I
kind
have
of
it.
does sound like a movie.
You got it and I
Because
have it. That's good.
it does sound like a movie. It does. Because I'm going to give another example of not knowing. New to Florida, so I don't know who everybody is all at once. And there was this function we went to, and at the Los Altos Collective, and the Steve Glassman is the commissioner. He was going to cut the ribbon. I did not know that was his name. So my girlfriends that I invited, I'm like, hey, you guys going to come to the opening? La, la, la. And she's just like, she texts me back. She's like, yeah, John's going to go see Glassman. And I was like, where's that playing? And she was like, huh? And I'm like, because you know that Mr. Glass, there's a whole thing with glass and movies.
She's new to Florida.
You never knew.
It's a good thing you're new to Florida.
But the collective is very cool. I was there Saturday night. The art's amazing. I didn't realize it was the third collective, all these different artists and small businesses that get to spotlight their wares, like on a shelf or a wall, is what they rent the wall space.
Yeah.
Or
You been
shelf
there?
space. I went Saturday night. I'd never been there.
So fun.
And then all these little condom plants, which is
They're
really
the best.
hilarious.
That's a great one.
And they had like condom skewers.
Yeah,
Yes.
she makes flowers out of condoms.
There's a plant, and instead of being
There's
a
a
plant,
plant out of
the
condoms?
buds are made out of condoms. There's a lei with little condoms, and it's hilarious.
Condom
Skewers.
and lay. So far, so good.
Oh, didn't we see that guy
got a
here at
great
the
sense of
You
studio?
say
one-
all of this. I don't get away with that nonsense.
Didn't we see that guy here at the studio, Don?
I'll bring some for you, but Mary, you show your work there, so maybe we can reach out to the collective and bring some of those
I want to see the
artists
condom
on.
Yeah, I would love that.
I'll show you a picture.
It would be great. Yeah, I meant, I always forget to put my stuff up there. Like I rehung, and I'm like, Mary, don't forget to take a picture. Don't forget to take a picture. And I left without taking a picture.
There was a woman there, and she was one of the local artists. You would love her. You would think she's hilarious.
Condom lady?
No, but she's like, I'm from Florida, but she talks like you. I'm like, but you're not really from Florida. So she takes garbage and she makes art out of it, like she recycles, she
So far,
upcycles.
condoms and garbage.
She
This is
upcycles.
someplace
Well,
here.
Mary's art is there.
My
There's
art
some
is
really,
there.
really cool things, and it's right on Las Olas.
Yeah, it's right next to El Camino. You can go have some
Oh, I know what this
cocktails.
is.
Yeah.
So
right next
are
door.
these used condoms or new condoms?
I don't know. They're nicely
Oh, I know who
rolled, so I'm
you're
assuming they're new.
No, they're just
You don't
colorful.
remember
We
that
had
one
someone
day
in-
here at the studio we had the guy that does condom art?
Yes.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
had
okay.
his art.
Yeah.
I remember
Oh,
that.
yeah, it wasn't quite like that.
This
Those
is more
were
like
used.
novelty.
She made me take it down because those were used.
Those were
Oh.
used. These are.
That's ick factor.
That's ick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
were you?
gross.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Ooh.
exactly.
Oh.
That's a biohazard. in here.
Exactly.
No, they
That was
were,
like, you gotta
That's
come pick it up, we
horrible.
gotta
I
go.
sprayed them so they were.
That's horrible.
No, these are funny. It's like great
Take it
bridal
The
shower.
sperms are dead. The sperms cannot live. They've
bridal
died.
shower gag
That's
gifts, things
still
like
pretty
that.
It was actually, the art was about how society doesn't let you grow and how a condom doesn't let the sperm
All
do
right,
its
enough.
thing.
enough.
Yeah, I think
I was
so.
trying to
Press the
relate-
buzzer.
Life to. But it lasted 30 minutes and Dawn says, out. It's gotta go out the door.
I'm
That's
with
why
you
it's
on
going.
that, Dawn.
He wanted to hang it, remember, over there.
He wanted like $10,000 for it also.
Yeah, I told him I could have
It's
done
got to
that
be
for
some
free.
special semen.
No, it wasn't. Not at all.
I don't know.
All right, you ready to wrap this up? Time to get ready for Call Me Zena with your host, Sally Bernard. You can find MG Stout down at the Collective in Fort Lauderdale, Thrive Art District, and hopefully soon right here in the studio. And save the date, December 13th. She's going to be doing a live paintings exhibit to benefit the Amp Media Futures Foundation. Some more information to come with that. Josh is going to put out a save the date and a flyer, and lining her ducks up in a row.
Ducks in a row.
Ready to go. All right, Sally, more to come with you at 2:30.
Yeah.
We got to get her in the
I'm
zone.
excited.
Wait till I get my hands on you.
All right, have a great afternoon, everyone. Stay safe, be kind to each other. Find your inner joy, right? We're supposed to spread joy and happiness.
That's what they said. Make
That's
sure
what
you
they
have
say.
some.
Find
Put it
your
in
inner
a cup
joy.
and drink it.
We'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. drive time.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.